Saudi Arabia versus Germany. Who's gonna win? Germany is 2-3. Saudi Arabia is 5-0. I think Saudi Arabia is looking like a strong team, bro. If they go undefeated, that's gonna be insane. But France was undefeated yesterday and they lost to Spain, so anything can happen. I'm gonna root for the underdogs, chat. Come on, Germany. Wait, they're running Soldier 76.
Okay, this is an interesting strategy here. They're gonna have Pandy on the Zenyatta. I imagine the strat here is to put the Discord Orb onto Yazan and make it so that QR can have fewer shots to try and pressure Yazan, put a little bit more punishment down there, and if need be,
this is actually really cool. They have a Discord Orb and a Soldier 76, probably to kill the Pharah Mercy.
Zenyatta gives options. We haven't seen a lot of our little
okay, chat, they had a Zenyatta.
If Quartz has anything to say about it, but it's at least a solid
I'm just gonna not talk
process.
today.
It just doesn't pan out in this first fight.
Yeah, immediately Yazan also knocking Alex off of that map. Fi not able to find too much here right at the beginning, and that Cassidy being taken out by Quartz to attempt to counter a little bit of that Fi, so Yazan can kind of worry about raining down damage on the ground.
And it's like everything that Germany is playing right now is kind of to counter Yazan when you really take a look at it. Like you have the hit scan Soldier, you have an Echo to kind of duel her out. You've got the
damn, look at him. Look at him with the movement.
They kind of just want to grief Yazan here. But if they're not able to find anything for their money there, then they're just kind of wasting time. QR nearly falling to a little bit of a duel there from Yazan, but still able to, you know, still kicking, still sticking around. Meanwhile, Alex trying to find a way in on the point, nearly gets melted out of the mech there. I mean, Germany still trying to find their footing.
Yeah, now Immortality Field cooldown has been forced out by Saudi Arabia. Sucrak's going to be the first to get an ultimate on this board other than the Valkyrie here. And immediately that res comes through from Haku mid-air before Yazan even touches the floor.
Jaeger, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend.
Now it's a Pharah without a pocket on the objective, and also KSH is dancing around for the contention.
Come on, Germany.
However, Yazan still able to find so much without the pocket in hand. Now the Diva, no tank for Germany side, and Fi looking to duel, but Quartz not going to let them have it.
So Sucrax did step 1 and 2 pretty successfully there, but wasn't able to fully deny the res. So yeah, Yazan does come back to fight another day. And Germany are going to have a lot of ults here, and they managed to take down Quartz, so it's going to be a little bit more safe, especially if they can deny the res again for them to go back in, try and put the pressure on Yazan, and hopefully flip the point here. They're going to invest attack visor to try and get in. Haku is down. Germany have a shot.
Yeah, able to take down both of the birds. No resurrection possible here, and point just flips just like that.
At least it's not 100-0, chat. At least it's not 100-0. That's good.
But in this
Chucky, appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend.
Saudi Arabia disengaging off the back of it.
Yeah, 2 birds meet stone. Here we go. Germany, now they have to try and keep it going here. They have the Transcendence, which should be able to buy them time, as should the Duplicate, but they do have to try and win out a lot of fights here. Saudi Arabia at 95%.
Not nice.
Sliver of HP. Yazan takes down Fi, and Saudi Arabia flipped the point. Time for Germany running out.
Angel, of course. Absolutely insane. I appreciate the massive 1,000 bits.
They were really looking to take down Haku
How are you doing today?
in succession, and then once that failed, it seemed that they really needed to back off after that.
Nice.
Barrage comes through and the defense matrix goes out. QR is able to take down Yazan though. Haku goes for the res. Pandy finds Haku, but Yazan is back in the sky. Oh, Pandy can't do much against that. Yazan right up in the face with the rocket blaster. Now overtime being activated by Fi dancing around the
nice immortality field. Holy fuck, probably come from spawn.
Give them a little bit of extra
oh,
HP.
he made it on point after the boop.
Tracer, though,
I mean the map.
Looking for the fight. The point does
he's
flip
dead.
over to Germany's side, but QR is being thoroughly
There's no way he's not dead.
By Quartz.
What?
However, after taking up the Tracer, has been able to find the tank of Saudi Arabia. Germany still holding on to that point for a few seconds longer.
Fucking
QR managed to successfully get away from Quartz's harassment. Yazan, however, is going to have some revenge for his teammate after being chased, and now will find both a DPS and a support. Not a lot of burst healing for Germany here, and it's an emergency ball for Alex to try and come and contest this point a little bit longer.
I mean, everybody from Germany is on stall heroes now. I mean, Fi's on the Hanzo to try and help pressure out Yazan, but, you know, you have the ball, you have Pandy swapping over to the Lucio.
Bro, he just ankle broke
in the fight fucking... 56% for Germany. That's a great boop onto Sucrax off the side there. And
holy shit, wow, that was a far boop. God damn, that was a far boop.
Here, though, I still think if we go to Sanctum, that's going to help benefit Germany heavily. I think they can get a lot more value out of the Zenyatta pick there. Village, though, I don't really likes Germany's chances. They have to win both of them now in order to try and win this map. But, I mean, here we go. We're going to Sanctum. This is where Germany, in theory, should be able to get the job done. They're going to swap over to that Ramatra rush composition here. I think this might be a good look, actually. You know, just trying to run over KSA. Everyone else from Saudi Arabia is going to be mighty oiled up and slippery, so hard to try and just collapse on top of, but you can still control a lot of space with the Ramatra. You can still get a lot of work done. I mean, swapping from the Lucio to the, or sorry, swapping from the Zamatic to Lucio gives you a better ultimate to deal with the Rampage.
Wait, why are people oiled up and slippery? Wait.
So it's a good look for Germany so far.
What?
Yeah, Germany looking to get that first touch on the point as well.
Bro, that's wild.
Is going to be harassing Pandy's backline, putting down a lot of damage onto this Lucio. They're able to survive for a second, but Pandy or Yazan getting a lot of damage down from above, and they haven't even considered it just yet. Yazan already finding the Ramatra tank down from Germany. No chance of a touch, and it's already a regroup. Germany, however, they've shown a lot more adaptability than we've seen from a lot of other squads thus far when going up against Saudi Arabia, who usually just tend to stick with those meta picks.
And the adaptability is something that I really like from Germany, but sometimes, like, at some point it has to actually like come up in their favor, and it just hasn't so far. They've lost Alex again very early on. Yazan is still able to fly here, and as much as I do like Germany's comp in theory, in practice it might not be so good because they're going to be trying to close distance and play up close, but I mean, you're not really making use of the long sight lines over the pit here. That's a great way to start things out.
Nice. They got the res.
Goes way too deep to do that. The res is going to be there. They aren't making a great use of the longer sight lines to try and punish Yazan.
Nice fucking bull spawn.
Every time they try to go
tracking.
Nice
tracking, bro.
Pumping in rockets from above. That's going to be Fi.
Quartz is a really good fucking player, too.
Germany, yeah, they're not able to execute the mission statement of this composition.
Germany, they really should be abusing those long angles, but it feels like Saudi Arabia realizes this, trying really hard to get into their face as well. Saudi Arabia already up to 60% thus far on the objective, and Germany hasn't been able to flip point yet just once. They've really been corralled into these corners, and Yazan is still able to find one on the way down. Sukrak's going out. No burst healing now for Germany. QR does fall soon after. Alex uses the Nemesis form to save off some of the damage and give a little bit of health, and yeah, that sounded like a res from Haku, but I don't believe that he got it off. The Valkyrie has been popped for a little bit of extra sustain for Saudi Arabia, but they actually do disengage.
Okay, I thought someone was off the map.
At least until Yazan comes back. Now the annihilation from Alex to save off a little bit of the pressure and try and get the area control, but Quartz,
oh my god, that's twice he got booped and barely lived, bro.
Scary, and they're able to flip the point, at least manage to get a bit of percentage and give them some breathing room, but it's still not looking too good. The Kitsune rush from Surma dead, and the rest of Saudi Arabia all getting picks as well by using the blizzard prematurely, and there just wasn't really anyone to get frozen on the objective. KSA about to go down, but Haku comes in with Surma dead in the resurrection, and now that burst healing is back on the table, capturing from Saudi Arabia and already taking the Diva out of the mech. It is a meltdown of Germany's capture.
And there might not even be time for Germany to get a cap here.
I think Germany loses the first map.
And there is a contest on the point. QR actually kills two. This is actually going to be Germany flipping it.
They used the rampage into Germany's spawn, but Saudi Arabia, they were just not paying attention to what was happening.
Use the ult, use the ult and try to win. Use the ult and try to win. Ah, damn, that would have been pretty cool.
Quickly, Fi finds Yazan with a storm arrow, and once again the flip is over. It's the emergency ball once again for Alex. A lot of stall heroes on Germany's side, but they're now trying to find two.
Wait, is that a Widow now?
That can kind of grief Yazan out of the sky. Fi
now Germany's running Widow. What?
You are doing pretty well against on the Cassidy. It took a bit to get warmed up, but eventually they were able to start dealing with Farah.
I mean, the swap from Fi over to the Widowmaker means Fi's going to be pulled in two directions because Quartz has the Widowmaker as well. Finds the early pick onto QR. Yazan with a 2k barrage. I think this might just be Saudi
I think that's GG right
Germany
there.
Nowhere to be seen. Overtime Wick's going to burn, and Saudi Arabia will take Nepal. Yeah. Germany is still sticking to their double flex support shenanigans. I still like this.
I'm actually really surprised they're playing a flyer on the open map too.
On the Sombra though, this is a slight change of pace from what we might be used to what we like mentally associate Quartz with. We'll see how this ends up playing out, but Sucrack's Immortality Field forced early, and they find QR.
Yeah, and the thing about the double flex support as well, when you're playing flanking heroes like Quartz on the Sombra, it's going to be really, really tough to get them off your backs. Ooh, already a single tick, and it was a very last-second contest for the second one. Yazan, obviously, with the pocket, finding Alex. Actually, Alex just kind of fell off the map there, and then now we have just one person left, and it's QR with a very staggered pick. All the way back to spawn, they are sent.
The Discord Orb onto the Echo is a pretty solid strategy in theory, but it falls apart if there's no one alive
Jesus
to
fucking
shoot at the
Christ,
Discord
bro.
Orb's Echo. And so without QR being alive, like, you just can't put the
That
pressure on.
was
It ends up being all for naught, and everybody from Germany just
almost a
corrals in that really small
6-minute
space,
fucking
taking
street
all the
phase
damage from the
for
sticky bomb.
Jesus
Yazan's nearly
Christ, man.
Nearly got the duplicate. Quartz already nearly has the EMP. That's a lightning fast charge for the EMP there. Saudi Arabia, I mean, again, this should be like a quick, easy fight here. Pandy's going to be on definitely on the chopping block as soon as Quartz gets that EMP online.
Yeah, and the duplicate also there for a lot of follow-up as well. The rest of Saudi Arabia looking to be on good pace for ultimates. They have the Valkyrie alongside Haku, so a little bit of extra sustain to follow in the DPSs if they decide to go engage. And here is Quartz just hanging around
CJ,
behind.
appreciate the mess in 3 months, my friend.
For Alex to head
By the way,
somewhere
Noble
else
Knight, appreciate the mess in new tier 1, and the Zeti, appreciate the mess in Prime sub as well.
But no, they've noticed
Upper City, appreciate the mess of 100 bits as well.
Either way, he was a little bit focused on turning around and trying to get rid of Quartz, but in the meantime, Yazan has gone and duplicated the Cassidy, been able to find
Dude, they are
ultimate
rolling
off
right
of that
now.
and
They're
get a
fucking
pick.
rolling right
Although
now.
Yazan
This
does
is just
down
some
to that sticky nade. He is likely going to be brought back very quickly if Haku does have that resurrection.
5.5 minutes for third phase.
Through point B. We see a lot of cart stall out there because of the spawn advantage, but Saudi Arabia, they don't even flinch, and Quartz gets to hold on to the EMP. Everyone was trying to look for that ability to come out. I think Quartz was even detected there and ended up having to hold on to it, but meanwhile, Yazan just duplicated the Cassidy.
No, this is going to be big.
With that, and suddenly everything just fell apart. Here comes the EMP. Pandy is, going to just drop, and Sucrack's going to follow. This cart's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, they are running over Germany with an 18-wheeler truck right now. It feels like Germany just have nothing they can say or do, and there's so much stagger that's coming through from these picks. If you ignore either one of the DPS line, they are both just a bigger threat, and they are doing a really good job of distracting the enemy team from one another so that when they need to make those big plays, they do. Like, Yazan is really annoying, but then they realize Quartz has the EMP, though they're able to take down Quartz for now, and they're able to slow down the pacing of the EMP. They still have both support ultimates. They have the duplicate coming up from Saudi Arabia as well.
I wish we could see stats, bro. KSA's stats must be like 45 damage because he's just been on the cart the whole game.
Yes, ultimates is just not as good. The Kitsune Rush comes through, and it's just shredding through 5. They're missing that one DPS. Now, duplicates Zenyatta, an interesting choice, but job is done. A little bit of a Discord Orb, and they're able to get a lot of health down and out. QR targets Yazan, but Haku brings him back so quickly that, and Alex has nothing that can really be said when surrounded by all the members of Saudi Arabia in this fight. They're able to stall out the cart for a few seconds, but once again, it is moving forward at a very fast pace towards the third point. And is there a touch? There is. Alex comes in with the Doomfist. The Rampage does go through. KSA finds Pandy in the back line. They still have Sucrax alive to try and sustain for a little longer. Alex's health
are they still on the pre-balance patch?
They are finding 5.
On the
now the immortality
patch
field
that started season 5, not the one that just like buffed a few characters.
But still, even though the Doomfist is on top of this DPS line, they still have to go back and touch. They are too far forward with too much time left for Saudi Arabia to be aggressing too far.
I want to give all the props in the world to Sucrax, who seems to be the one who is finding the opening pickoffs for Germany time and time again, which is something you really, really need out of your back line if you're going to have any chance against a squad,
almost the fucking 5-orb.
Like Saudi Arabia, because like Germany's DPS have been phenomenal. I say as QR just takes a kunai to the dome from Surmajed, but like you still need something to try and make up that difference. Sucrax has been
this guy's ego peeking a Widow.
Quartz gets a shot off on him. Yazan going to take down Pandy. Sucrax falls.
And then he dies to the Widow. Bro, what is the team? What's Germany doing?
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a touch at all from Germany. I mean, QR would have to do it, and he's still on the Cassidy. So Saudi Arabia completing round 1 with 2.5 minutes left in the time bank. It was just so
what the
quick
fuck
on the
was
first
that,
capture,
dude?
and the phase through the theme park was just nothing. There was no resistance at all from Germany. They were staggered that entire time, and they allowed Saudi Arabia's tank to just sit on that payload for the entirety of the phase. There was a little bit of contention over here on the 3rd checkpoint, but other than that, it just felt like Saudi Arabia was in the driver's seat.
At 2:38 time bank, though, that's not insurmountable. That's still a pretty respectable, pretty beefy time bank. If Germany's able to force extra innings here and make sure they finish with some time in the bank, they still have a chance at this one, but it's going to be quite the uphill trek. I hope they brought their climbing boots, because they're going to need it. They've been dug into quite the hole here. I still like the double flight support.
Are you allowed to
Germany,
FF? What, forfeit?
Like
No, I don't think you're allowed to forfeit.
Playing really scattered,
I don't think
any and really reactive. And there's a lot of times where like the DPS players.
I don't think in any tournament you're allowed to forfeit.
The Widow a couple times was just way too far.
Has there ever been a forfeit in the VCT chat? Anyone know?
In like the middle of the fight, and like suddenly there's just no one there to pressure Yazan. There's no one there to put any pressure on the enemy Widowmaker. Quartz just has a shooting gallery, and you know, we just kind of continue as we've been going on this whole series there. Quartz trying to go for a cheeky grapple shot. Fine nearly punishes it, but not to be. Germany showing a wrecking ball look here. I'm not sure how effective this is going to be, but I'm here for it.
I mean, it's definitely interesting, and
you can forfeit in League, really?
Well, what they were doing was broke.
Are you allowed
so
to have aimbot in the World Cup? What kind of question is
it? It didn't work, so it's broke again. Fix it again. It seems like the wrecking ball is going to stay for now. Pandy on that Zenyatta getting absolutely domed by Quartz, and Quartz with another shot onto Fi, just on a rampage once again. Sir Majed even going really far forward, trying to get that pick onto QR. Haku does go down, but with Sir Majed in play, it's going to be really hard to shred any of the members of Saudi Arabia. Not to mention, most of Germany is still just hiding behind the choke point.
Yeah, it turns out that Wrecking Ball is a fighting type, super weak to flying type moves. That would be pretty much Yazan's entire moveset. Just entirely melts there. And like Alex can still roll around in the backline, cause a little bit of problems, make everybody turn their heads towards him. But like, look at his health bar right now. Like, he's on death's door, has to try and roll away to get a health pack. There's not enough pressure onto much of anything right now. QR falls once again. Yazan taking down Alex. Maybe it's time for a new type matchup here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Germany doesn't even look like a team, bro. Germany looks like they're just fucking playing a team deathmatch.
Yeah,
they're just going around on their own, going on the flanks and fucking just dying.
They're trying to focus down Quartz or even the back line, because Haku is just.
I'm pretty sure they didn't even warm up for this game. They just came into this game knowing they were gonna lose, so they just fucking they're doing whatever.
They're running that same composition. Theoretically, their composition should be able to counter the flying type that is Yazan, getting a bunch of frequent flyer points. But okay, QR able to find Yazan after he gets a little bit too cocky, and Quartz also peeking into the scoped in Widow. A few mistakes from the DPS line of Saudi Arabia.
That's steps 1, 2, and 3.
Yep. Should allow them to go all the way up towards that point. Alex is still pressuring the backline, making a lot of space here. It seems like KSA wants to go for the contention, but isn't really too heavy on it. They do use the Kitsune Rush as soon as the DPS come back in. And Yazan duplicates the Baptiste. The Rampage also cancels.
They capped!
And immediately Germany taking down that Saudi Arabian tank means that Saudi Arabia has to back off. They're able to get that contest in, and with 3 minutes left to spare, they're able to get that payload out and down into theme park.
They used every ult there. Like, they didn't have the Valkyrie, but I mean, they used that in the previous fight, but they used the Kitsune Rush, the Rampage, the Sights, and the Duplicate, and they got nothing for it. In fact, they lost the point. And like, it looked like they were about to full hold Germany there, the way that was going, but a couple early picks, a couple, you know, a couple people on the point to try and take up the percentage, and suddenly a bunch of blown ultimates. Germany are still in this.
Yeah, it really felt like there was a
I don't think Germany is still in this.
Whether or not they wanted to go for the touch. Yazan also duplicated a Baptiste as well, and now Alex going to keep that momentum going, taking down Quartz, and it allows Fi to reposition a little bit more forward. Now the Haku coming in with a resurrection onto Quartz, but immediately after that, Fi finds Yazan, and the mines from Alex are going to find Sermajed. So now they only have that Valkyrie Mercy to rely on for the sustain. And
what the fuck? That hit the Mercy?
What was that nade?
What
was that
nade?
Okay.
Okay.
That nade did a whole U-turn to get out through
that
there.
Is not. I was just okay. That is interesting.
I don't know what that was.
This is still old patch, guys. By the way, this is not the newly balanced Cassidy magnetic nade, which is still kind of as bad, but not as egregious as what we just saw.
That ability is anything but balanced, but okay, the Wrecking Ball pick is actually starting to bear quite a bit of fruit. I think they've decided that griefing Yazan is not the way forward. You have to grief Quartz, so they go for the Wrecking Ball. Alex is going to go in, try and pester Quartz. You can even see it on your screen right now, trying to harass the Widowmaker. Quartz can't get an angle, is going to die, and now Germany can keep pressing forward. They don't have to worry about those headshots coming through. They are losing in the neutral here over in this
Yo, Germany, they're actually doing well.
They can keep repeating and try and find something with it.
KSA forcing a lot of Germany back. Alex does come back to regroup with the squad and try and get that little pressure off of the backline and that Widowmaker, and it does so, but do lose control of the objective in the process. Quartz switching over to the Tracer, a little bit tired of being pressured out by the tank, and now it's the Kitsune rush, and off the back of it, a lot of picks swinging towards Saudi Arabia's side. Pandy, however, able to find
spawn camping again,
but
chat.
Quartz that trick on swap onto Tracer.
They're spawn camping again.
Huge decision from Saudi Arabia, no longer having to be pressured out on those long angles because of the tank. But Yazan, this is a very cheeky flank that we have here. Sticky bombs immediately go out. However, with the Kitsune rush coming through, or the Susu coming through, it's going to allow a little bit of that extra sustain. However, so much pressure being put onto the backline. Sukrax does fall. They still have Pandy to fall back on, but Saudi Arabia's picks are poignant enough that it allows them to push Germany away. Pandy, however,
it's Glow. Appreciate massive 6 months, my friend.
Step away to regroup with the rest of the squad. Yazan still surviving from that little cheeky corner camp that he did earlier.
I mean, it ends up being a flashy play, but it is like, he has to invest the duplicate just to stay alive there, and now look at the ult economy of Saudi Arabia. It's in shambles. Everyone is falling now. They only have a pulse bomb when they come back. Germany
traded myself for an Overwatch League player worth.
Sermajed, the only one still alive, still in spawn. Germany are in this. They're still alive. They're about to come up on an Ant Matrix, a Bob, and they have the Deadeye. They can try and zone out here. Quartz, by the way, got forced off the Widowmaker a long time ago. Gonna switch back onto it. So now Saudi Arabia don't even have the pulse bomb. Now they have Sukrax, though. They killed him.
Okay, well, that's a good start. They still have the double flex supports, though, right? And they have a lot of the sustained burst healing. I mean, Saudi Arabia, they are getting a little bit confident, a little bit cocky as well, and making a lot of mistakes because of it. But they are still in the driver's seat thus far. Germany has been able to force the tempo with this Wrecking Ball, though, and it's forcing Quartz to just get into very bad positions and unable to escape as well.
This is one of the most unorganized matches I think I've seen in a while.
Coming in, they forgot
this does not even look like
of takedown Haku as well.
This looks like two quick play games.
Come through, but
teams.
Germany, they still have a minute left over to potentially full cap. They are very close to the end, and Quartz continually getting pressured. However, not this time around. Quartz just ignoring Alex there with Haku at his side to kind of sustain out and going to take out the backline instead.
It's crunch time now. Under a minute now for Germany to try and get the cap here. I mean, they have the ults to try and do it, but QR is going to swap over onto the Sombra. I don't know if there's going to be enough time to build up to an EMP, especially if they have to play slow now, because they just lost Pandy. They can't go in without that Kiriko. They need to try and build like a Kitsune rush as well. I don't know if Germany's going to be able to finish with time here. If they finish at all, this might be only a drawable situation. Another stagger, though, onto Fi. This is disaster. They need to stabilize. They can't keep letting this happen. If they lose Pandy again, no, it's over. It's over. Germany cannot finish with time now.
And they also use the Amp Matrix there, and it's just no ultimates into this next fight, even if they're able to touch. I mean, the Wrecking Ball should be able to focus down and get a little bit of that touch and contention there, but the Wrecking Ball is nowhere to be seen. We have the Kitsune Rush to come through as well. Alex does find Quartz in the backline, but has not gone for the touch. it's looking like a really shaky overtime. It's going to be a dicey situation for Germany. They're able to continually touch with the wrecking ball, but now the duplication does come through. Yazan is sticking onto the Baptiste, actually.
I thought he was gonna die.
The self-destruct does come through from KSA. It does a little bit of zoning, forcing that wrecking ball away. Alex doesn't have a lot of support here. They have Pandy to come in.
This wants a hammer kill.
But okay.